we are at Design Junction, one of the
Central London.
One of the hotspots of the London Design Week. A have-to-go place.
A have-to-go place. It's actually a very creative environment. It's inspiring. It's an international audience, so you're bumping into people from all places around the world. It's about companies that celebrate craft and the craftsmen, which makes it really beautiful. Is it difficult to work with the material, with the Formica?
It's actually pretty easy. It's a really nice kind of versatile material to work with. So we get it laser cut, and then the copper and the brass pieces that we use are photo etched in a little workshop on the west coast of Scotland. So it's a polishing and construction job that we do in the studio, which is really it's good. It's
wonderful.
Nice to work with. Really nice to work with.
I see a lot of colors that have a reference, that make reference to the past. So there is a sense of nostalgia in the color palette. There's a lot of pastels, 50s, 60s inspired. They are really transferring it to today's world, and they do a very good job in that.
And metal finishes, we're seeing a lot more of the copper, brass, the warm metals.
Lots of metal, yeah.
Which combine beautifully with the woods that are being celebrated, because wood is good. Wood is an excellent material.
We love wood.
We love wood. We love wood. But we've seen some wonderful installations of furniture done with bright colors of the Formica palette, and that's really beautiful to see.
Rotating table, so it's called Cubist Flip, and the idea is that you can have your evening table and then it rotates easily.
Oh, brilliant! It's a map of the world encapsulated in Formica.
Because Formica's got so many different surfaces, you could do harder surfaces for catering and kind of on the more shiny, the more metallic surfaces. So
maximum design flexibility. The designers are working with it because it's a very durable material, but it brings in that color pop, that bit of that bit of vibe, that London vibe.
So much skill, and it's such a great product, and I'm just happy to use it, and the amount of colours that you can have, I think, and that's what draws people to it first off.
Yes, the color.
See the design.
So it's a nice balancing of the natural materials and then that beautiful color. Wow, that's cool.
It's a material combination again.
Cool. Nick, this is
Laminate
beautiful.
and metal, and a more pastel range of colors. Nice. Yeah.
It's funny, a lot of architects and designers ask for more and more and more and more colors, but you're right, consumers sometimes get overwhelmed by the color choice, and that's why they need to have really smart people edit down the range that's appropriate. And we saw anniversary collection. Formica celebrated its 100th year last year, so we've seen it being used around.
That's actually really nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's like they're celebrating our birthday with us.
And it does have that same sense of nostalgia a little bit, you know, but being very much today, it's that bold range of colors.
Exactly.
A bit British, and no, it's
beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's always great to see our material
being used.
Being used.
Because we as designers, we're actually creating the palette. You know, we are the designers of Formica Laminate itself. So when we create it, it's a palette, but it's up to our customers, the architects, the designers, to turn it into something beautiful. I wish we could design furniture, but we don't have a lot of time to do that since we're designing for a product.
Next slide.
Next slide, exactly.
Okay.
Modern marquetry.
Modern marquetry, that's really an interesting concept.
So marquetry originally was used using wooden laminates, cut by hand and inlaid using different types of wood. But I've used a modern material, Formica.
It's a man-made, durable, product, and very colorful, exactly. We're at Earl's Court. We're actually in the press office. It's the historic site of the 100% Design Show, and the show's been going on for 20 years now. We've been participating with it since then, which is fantastic. And we're actually right here on top of our classic pattern called Virvar, which Eva actually worked on. Not then, but she's worked on it to remake it for us.
Yeah, it's a wonderful classic from the 50s, developed by the Swedish prince, Prince Sigvard Bernadotte. and it's lasted until today. It's a very modern pattern too, and it still works in all types of applications.
Which is very cool. And out in the show, we saw lots of concrete, which is a classic. It's an honest material. We saw natural woods being used, large salvaged materials and metals.
Larger scale woods,
Yeah, larger scale
tiles.
woods.
Tiles are really
True scale,
inspirational.
big, bold color.
Bold color.
Bold color. So it's been very inspirational.